Hey everybody, it's Jana with StampedInInk.com. I'm here with you today for another Crafty Thursday on Friday this week. We had some bad weather. We had about 8 inches of rain in 36 hours here at our house, and it stormed almost all day yesterday and the day before. 8 inches of rain for us is a lot, especially in 36 hours. That's a lot of rain in a few hours. I'm here today to inspire your creativity and show you how much fun and how easy it can be to create your own handmade cards and paper crafts. Today I have got 3 cards to share with you for using the Unbounded Love Bundle from Stampin' Up. But before we get started with our projects, I'm going to share this with I'm going to share this on my Stamped in Ink group. So give me just a second. I'll do this while you guys jump on to spend some time with me. If you're here with me today, please leave me a comment and let me know where you're watching from. I always like to know who's here with me and where you're watching from. Let me share this really quick to the group. Sorry, give me just a second. Okay, if you're here watching with me today, like I said, just let me know that you're here. Leave me a comment, give me a little thumbs up, like the video. But we've had a few inches of rain, so I had to cancel yesterday because I couldn't even get my television to turn on yesterday. It was crazy. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around so we can get started. I'm going to share a few promotions with you, a few things that Stampin' Up! Has going on right now before we get started. So let me switch my camera. And there we go. Okay. Let me move this around a little bit. I'm going to move this over here. I moved my setup around a little, so I've got some cords in the way that I'm going to move out of the way. And oh, I bumped my camera. Okay. This, and my lighting is off. Okay. So let's get started with some promotions. Right now, Stampin' Up! is offering 10% off of their Stampin' Die bundles now through the end of June. So if you have any bundles on your wish list that you would like to purchase, go ahead and do that. You can probably scan the QR code from this video with your camera, and it should take you to my page where you can order any of the bundles that you might want. Also, right now is it's subscription time for Paper Pumpkin. You can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. It's $24.50 a month. It's a monthly kit that comes in your mailbox. The kit for, I think this is July's kit, is Painted Petals, and it's going to come in this cute little box like this. Normally it's just an orange box that you get with all of the supplies, instructions, everything that you need to create the Paper Pumpkin. There's an add-on there's a coordinating add-on for the Paper Pumpkin kit, and it's good. It'll coordinate with kits from July, August, and September. So I think it's like $11 for the add-on, and you can use it for all three months worth of kits. Okay. Let me set that aside. Also, today's Make and Take kits are free with a $40 purchase in my online store now through Monday, June 24th. You just have to use the June host code, and I will I'll send you a kit with any $40 purchase. If you want more information about the kit, you can go to my website at stampedeninc.com and hit the classes tab at the top, and you can get all of the information there. It'll have information about this week's class. I change it every week to give you the information for that week's class. And just to let you know, if you place a $40 order and I send you the kit, I am not allowed to include stamped images in the make and take kit. So you'll want to have the bundle, inks, and adhesives to complete the projects, or you can just use whatever you have in your stash, okay? If you would like the PDF, every week I create a PDF for the projects that we're going to be creating. It has a list of supplies. It'll have your supply list, and it has all of the item numbers with pictures and the measurements for the projects that we're creating. If you want this PDF, there are two ways that you can get it. You can either visit my website at stampedeninc.com, and on the sidebar there's a form for you to fill out, and to join my email list. Or if you go to today's post, you can scroll to the bottom of the post, and there is a link. There's a little button at the bottom that you can click on, and it will take you to the PDF for you to print out. So you can either sign up for my email list or go to my blog. Either way, I email them out every week, or you're welcome to check the blog, the website every week too for the link. But like I said, it gives you all the measurements. It gives you photographs, all the measurements, and the supplies for the projects that we're creating today. Today, we are using the Unbound Beauty papers and the Unbound Love stamp set and dies. So this is, I think it's 20 dies. Oh, there's a glare on there in there. Okay, so there's 20 dies that come, and it's a lot of cute labels, some intricate labels that we'll show you today. And then there's also the Unbound Love stamp set, which is what we're going to create today. They're pretty simple cards. For me, they're simple. They're, fairly simple, and so it hopefully will go quickly today. I am also using the 2024-2026 in color glimmer paper. We're just using like a little scrap piece of it, but we have it's just not very, but we have the in colors, which are Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie. It looks more gold. There's Peach Pie. And then this one's my favorite. It's Petunia Pop. I think this one's Shy Shamrock, and this last one is Summer Splash. You get one sheet of glimmer paper per package, and the glimmer paper is $11. So it's one sheet of 12 by 12, one sheet each of the 5 colors of 12 by 12 paper for $11. Okay. All right, so that's it. That's all my announcements. Let's go ahead and we are going to get started. We are going to create these 3 cards today. I needed a few birthday cards. Hang on, I'm going to fix this real quick. There we go. That's better. But my lines are crooked. Sorry, let me get this straight real quick. Okay, there we go. So we're going to create these 3 cards today. And it's basically, we're using Calypso Coral, Peach Pie, and then a little bit of Petunia Pop, and then the Designer Series paper, the Unbound Beauty Designer Series paper. So let's go ahead. We are going to get our supplies together. I've got my Memento ink, my Calypso Coral ink pad, and then the two stamps from the stamp set that we'll be using today. Okay. Oh, we're also going to be using the Fun Patterns embossing folders. These are 2 embossing folders that are, they're $9. They're so cute. One of them is like a floral pattern, which is the one we're going to be using today. And another one is kind of like a hexagon or houndstooth kind of pattern. Okay, let's put that away. All right. So for our first card, we're going to be starting with a thick basic white card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, and then we're scored at 4 1/4. So we're going to burnish our edge really well. And this, sorry, let me get my cheat sheet PDF so I can make sure I'm telling y'all the right measurements. Like I said, the measurements are all in the PDF too. Okay, then we're going to take a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock. Can you see that? The embossed in there. So I took this, put it in the embossing folder, and then just ran it through the embossing machine. Oh, that's another thing too. The embossing machines are also 10% off right now. So if you ordered the, let me see if it'll show up on the Stampin' Up website. Hang on just a second. I'll tell you. Okay, yes. So the big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is $117 right now, and the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss is $59.40 right now. So the mini also comes in a blue color. But anyway, it's a great deal. If you wanted to purchase a kit, a starter kit, you could order the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and get it for $99 since it's under $125. Because when you purchase a starter kit, you receive $125 worth of product for just $99. And since the large Stampin' Cut and Emboss is now $117, you could actually add it to your starter kit and get it for $99, which is a great deal. Okay, we're going to start with, I got sidetracked a little, guys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this strip of Designer Series paper and glue it down. Let me get my silicone mat. I'm going to glue it down to the center of this the embossed sheet here. If you guys hear the dogs barking, I'm sorry about that. My husband is home, so maybe he'll let him outside. Okay. We're just going to put this right across the center. I did most of the die cutting beforehand because the die cuts are a little, you'll understand when I show them to you. Now I'm going to glue this to the center of the cardstock base. And once you know, my nose is going to start running. If you're here watching me today, please let me know. I would love to know where you're from and that you're here joining me today. Put that right across the center. And I'm going to set that aside. Okay. Now, I'm going to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss so that you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. These dies, what they do is, so for this card, we're using this die right here. And what it does is when it cuts out your image, it cuts out, it'll cut it out like this so that you have a frame. You have a frame, and then it cuts out the inside. So you can actually cut it out in 2 different colors, stamp your sentiment, and then just kind of piece it together like a puzzle. So that's what we've done here. I'm going to take, and that's this die here. So it cuts out the center and then the frame around the edge. Put this away real quick. All right, I'm going to grab my mat. And you also want to make sure that when you put it, if you choose to use the negative space that's cut out, you want to make sure if you stamp your sentiment that you've got the piece facing the right way. Okay, I'm going to get my Calypso Coral ink pad, and we're going to stamp "You're a True Blessing" right here in the center. Okay. Okie dokie. Then I also used these dies. I used the this flower, I'm sorry, it's a leaf die to cut out. I'm just going to pull it over here to cut out these leaves here. To cut these leaves out. So we're going to use this leaf. And then I used this die, which they give you 2 of them. One's facing the left and one's facing the right way. So I just used the one. And I cut out these 2 little stems here. Oh, I'm going to have to get my take your pick tool. Hold on. Okay. So we're using these 2. Okay. Put this up before I get it everywhere. I'm going to use just a little bit of adhesive on the end here. Going to point it this way. I'm going to have sticky fingers before we're done. A little adhesive there. Put it right about there. And then the leaves, I'm just going to use the liquid adhesive. I'm probably going to have to get another bottle. Maybe. Maybe not. Put those right there. Then I want to take my little label put it right here. I'm going to take a little bit of glue. I need to just leave the lid off of it. I'm going to put just a little bit around the edges. You could also use adhesive sheet to make this like a sticker. Or if you have a sticker maker or something, you could always, you know, stick it, run it through there to make it sticky on the back. I just use the glue since that's what I had. And when you get it in here, you also, the glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, now I'm going to grab my linen thread. Sniffles. I'm going to run my fingers along it just to straighten it out a little bit. Then I'm going to tie a little bow. I think I hear thunder again. Oh, the trees are blowing like crazy. Okay, if you're here watching me today, please leave me a comment so I know that you're here watching. Oh, sorry, I just reached over the camera. Okay. Then I'm going to take a glue dot. And put our bow right there. And then we'll finish off the inside of the card with a piece of basic white. And I don't think I cut. So there we go. There's the first card. Oh, nope. Gotta add some embellishments. I can't forget those. Let's see, where are them? Oh, they're there. I used the pearls on the original one, but I think I'm gonna use the shimmer gems on this one in peach pie. What do you think? Put one there, and then a small one here, and then we'll put one big one right there. There we go. There's there's our first project. Now we're going to work on a happy birthday card. We're going to work on this one. Okay. This uses a frame, and what I'm going to do is we are going to I'm going to glue this down. First, I ran this through the embossing folder, but it's not wide enough to cover the whole I think it's 4 1/4. Yeah, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 is my card, first card layer. It's the embossing folder isn't large enough to, it's not large enough to cover that piece of paper. So since we're covering this edge up anyway, I just left it sticking out of the embossing folder when I ran it, because it's going to be covering this piece here, covers up that side anyway. So I just left it out. All right, I'm going to take my glue. Glue this down. Oops, make sure it's the right side, Jana. I really like these. I totally forgot I had these little embossing folders, but I really like them. They're very cute. All right. So remember what I said, the other die that we used, how it cuts out the center? This scallop die does the same thing. But what I'm going to do with this, so when you cut it out, it's going to cut out the center, right? And it's going to leave you a little oval opening on the inside. So I'm going to cut this out here, and then we're going to place this back on the inside. Grab this. I'm gonna run it through. Let me get my plates, my sandwich plates. So I want it to be just about the center, not about the center, maybe about 1/4 of the way down. I'm going to use some Post-it note tape to hold this in place. Just a little piece. It's not quite centered, is it? All right, there we go. So I'm going to run this through. Sorry for the shaking. This little guy is the one that is $59 right now, and it folds up. The edges fold up. So if you're going to a crop or need, to take something with you, it's really it's a good deal for the little baby one. All right. So you see how it cut that out, and it leaves this piece. So you could fill in, your spot or whatever. If you're using white paper, you could fill it in. And then let me grab this. I just use the pokey part of my take your pick tool and poke out the frame. So now when we glue this together, this is going to show through, and we'll put our sentiment right here and then take this oval and glue it right into the center, and it makes that really pretty frame. See? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my glue, glue this down. If you want the PDF today, for today's projects with the measurements and the list of supplies with the item numbers, you can go to my blog, and it's stampedinink.com. And there's, if you go to the blog post for today with today's, it's pictures of today's projects. If you scroll to the bottom, it's right there. There's a button for you to click so that you can download the PDF. Okay. All right, I'm going to use the Happy Birthday stamp in Calypso Coral. I tried to keep it pretty simple today, not use a whole bunch of ink pads or, colors, because I know we've been doing a lot of coloring lately. All right, so I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday right there in the center. This stamp set has a lot of sentiments too. A lot. I think there's, how many? 25? 20? Is that right? 25 stamp sets? 25 stamps? That sounds like a lot. All right. I'm only going to add just a few drops around the edges. Ooh, let me grab that. It's a little tedious. And then you just put it inside the space there. Perfect. I don't know why I keep putting the lid back on that glue. I'm just gonna use it again, right? Okay. So I'm gonna grab my linen thread again. And I'm gonna wrap it around three times. Use my snips or my scissors. I'm gonna cut it right there. Tie a knot and a cute little bow. Now I'm going to grab some Stampin' Dimensionals, put them on the back here. And I'm going to grab a piece of tape. Where's my tape? Okay, well, I thought I had some tape. That's okay. It's in my drawer right here. Okay. Pull the backing off of these. Uh-oh, my little trash can just fell over. Okay, I just want to make sure I have all those off of there. And I'm just going to line it up, leaving about maybe an eighth or a quarter. I think that's about an eighth of an inch on each side. All right, then we're going to, we'll use some of the peach dots. And then one more right there. And we have to finish the inside of the card. Hang on. Using my paper trimmer, and I'm just trimming down the inside of the card real quick. If you want today's class kits, like I said, you can get them for, you just purchase $40 in my online store, and I'll send you the kits to make all the cards. I can't send stamped images, but I will send you all of the pieces that you need, minus excluding anything that uses the stamp set bundle that we're using today. So you get all the papers, but you'll have to use your own stamps and dies and adhesive and ink. I can't send stamped images. But if you would like them, it's a $40 order in my online store. If you purchase $50, I'll send you a package of embellishments, a little package of gems or pearls, or, and then if your order is $150, don't use the host code because you'll earn Stampin' Rewards, and you want to spend those for sure. Okay. You can find out more information about that on my website at stampedinink.com under classes. Okay. Every week I come on Facebook, and we use a different stamp set to create cards. Or Stampin' Up! Is going to come out with some more scrapbooking stuff here probably September or so. So hopefully I can start some scrapbooking. All right, here's our third card. This is what we're going to use now. This is the Unbound Beauty Designer Series paper. It's a 12 by 12 package of Designer Series paper. I believe it is $11.50. Let me make sure. Yeah, $12.50. Yes. But it's double-sided paper, great for scrapbooking, card making, and then of course we're going to use this little strip of glimmer paper. Okay. So our card base is 4 1/4 by 11 1/2, and we're going to score that by 11. We're going to score it at 5 1/2, and then fold it. I'm going to burnish our edge there, and then we're going to put our layers down. This is Petunia Pop cardstock. This is by far my favorite color. I would use it on every single project, I think. I love it. All right, so we're going to layer these two together. This background color is pretty in pink on this Designer Series paper. This Designer Series paper uses a lot of the in colors. All right, we're going to take this strip. Like I said, if you would like the PDF that has all the measurements and list of supplies, go to my website at stampedinink.com. And on today's post, you can scroll down to the bottom, and there is a link for you to get your PDF. Or you can sign up for my email newsletter, and I mail it out every week to my subscribers. I'll layer this one this way. Then I have this little strip of glimmer paper. I turned it over, and I just eyeballed it towards the middle, and then snipped each side to create a little banner. Take this and glue it down. Just lining it up towards the center. Okay, and I'm going to take the two bases or the base, and I'm going to glue this down to our card front. This is a top opening card, but I like to open them to the side like this. I just think it's different. All right. Then I took this die, the scalloped oval die from the set of dies, and cut out with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, cut out this oval. Now I'm going to take my Memento Black, and I'm going to grab the Happy Birthday stamp. I'm going to clean that off real quick. Ink it up. And we're going to stamp Happy Birthday right there in the center. There we go. Now I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals, put about 3 of them on the back of here. And we're going to layer it right about there in the middle. I'm going to grab my little embellishments here, and I'm going to use the gummy end of my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to put some of these. I'm using the Petunia Pop gems. Okay, there we go. There are 3 projects today. Isn't that glimmer paper beautiful? It doesn't, you know how some paper, the glitter will come off on your fingers? This really doesn't do that. So these are our projects for today. There we go. If you, like I said, if you want the PDF for the projects, you can visit my website, go to today's post, scroll down to the bottom. The PDF is there. It has all of the measurements and supply list. If you place a $40 order in my online store before midnight on Monday the 24th, just use the host code. Let me show you the host code real quick. There's the host code for this month. You can use the host code at checkout, and you'll get everything that you need to create your own projects. I will send you the workshop class kits for free, which means you'll get all of the paper to create the projects that we created today. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment, send me a message. If you're watching the replay or if you're watching live today, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're from, where you're watching from, and I will try to answer questions as I can. Hey, Linda, I see you there. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's great in Maine, where you're at. And I had said earlier that we got 8 inches of rain total. So, yeah, it's been really nice. Our grass is green, and my poor husband's going to be outside mowing the grass this weekend, I'm sure. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. I believe next week, let me tell you, I will pull it out here. I am toying around with this bundle. It's called Attention Shoppers, and it's so cute. I'm gonna. It's you can make a little shopping cart. It's just really cute. So I'm toying around with. I'm creating some projects with this one. So next week, this is the one that we're going to use next week. Anyway, thanks for being here, and I hope to see you guys next week. If you need anything, just send me a message. Okay? Thanks. We'll see you next week. Bye.